Hi, my name is Mo Theriger. I'm based in Austin, Texas, second year student at UT Austin, and I'm one of the co-founders on the Gazelle team. Gazelle helps cattle ranchers sustainably manage grasslands to mitigate overgrazing and accelerate nature-based carbon capture. Going through like a pitch competition is always super insightful because besides like the kind of feedback or questions you get about your business model and this type of stuff, I think you also get a very good grasp on how people perceive your brand and what people think you do based off of your branding. So before you even, give someone your pitch, like by just looking at your deck or by just looking at your sort of brand identity, can they kind of get an idea of what you do? And I don't really think that was very clear before we came into GSIC and before we started working with Cubic Orange.
What was it like working with Ahmad and the Gazelle team, and how did their venture inspire you to create the design ideas that you did for them and kind of take the direction that you did with their brand identity?
The Gazelle ecosystems, they were really challenging for us because we were not familiar, for example, with green crediting, and we had to. This is why we were the perfect combo, because we were outside of that topic. So we decided and somehow try to find a way to find, for example, in a verbal part of the identity, the perfect way to explain what is the exact thing that they are doing and how are they doing it, So the verbal part of the identity was like really, really challenging.
Rewinding back in time, before the GSIC, before working with Cubic Orange, what, as you were branding yourself and as you were kind of coming into your own as, an organization, what did you find most difficult to visually represent in your branding?
So before we worked with Cubic Orange, our previous logo was actually literally just an outline of like a gazelle silhouette, and it was like this like black and white image. And so I made it and our whole team hated it. They thought it was awful, but we couldn't really make anything better. So that's just kind of what we had to work with. But that's not really something that we thought about either. Really, it's not something that we poured a lot of time into, because I think that at a really early stage, when you're still kind of trying to find product market fit, you're coming up with a product, or maybe you're trying to validate a need for it, and you're in that like really early stage of thinking about your venture. Probably, I think the last thing that people think about pouring a ton of time into is a lot of the branding that's associated with it. Because generally people think, this is something that, we can worry about like a year down the road or like 2 years down the road. But, we didn't really realize the importance of that really early on. And after working with Cubic Orange and seeing like how people react to our new branding and how memorable it's been and how useful it's been for us and everything that we've done since then, I think that that's really something that we've grown to appreciate. And, that's not really something that we had before we worked with Cubic Orange and before FGSIC.